Hi, my name is Kellylynn McLaughlin. I am the driver ambassador for Women in Trucking and Schneider. Recently, a friend of mine asked me to talk about MPG. So in my driver tips series this week, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start by telling you a little bit about the equipment that I have, that I drive. I have a 2020 Freightliner Cascadia. She's a P4. My transmission is an automated transmission. It's a Detroit 12. The bumper on the front of my car is what I call a fat lip bumper. She's very dipped in the middle and very low to the ground. My tractor is very aerodynamic. I have wings or airfoils on the back of my tractor between my tractor and my trailer. I have plastic wheel covers on all of my drives. I have aerodynamic plastic pieces that go around my drive tires. I use adaptive cruise control, and most of the trailers I have skirts underneath them. In terms of driving techniques, some drivers aren't going to believe the MPG that I get. Just this last week, I got 12.8 bobtail, which I think is pretty kick. My truck at home only gets 14 MPG, so my tractor gets almost the same MPG that I get with my pickup truck. My loaded ratio is about 80%, which means about 80% of the time I'm loaded. I usually get loaded between 8.5 and 9.5 miles per gallon. I think that's pretty stellar. I would suggest that you really get to know your tractor. My tractor, I know, likes to shift at 1,350 RPM. I let her shift there. Her name is Amelia, in case you didn't know. And don't push her, because if you're pushing your tractor, you're just burning fuel. Use cruise control whenever you can. Don't use it in inclement weather. Let gravity help you. Do not go over the speed limit. My cruise control is pretty smart. It has an internal terrain map somewhere in that computer, and it knows when to shut off right before I get to the top of the hill. It lets me go down, and then it picks up again right after I start going back up again. It's super smart. It's better than I could do it. I work for a company whose ties your bonus to a couple of different factors. The biggest factor that my company ties my bonus to is MPG. It's one of our biggest expenses. I'm governed at 63. I did the test. I found out that I get way better MPG at 60 than I do 63. So the majority of the time, if I've got the time, then I just drive 60 and go slow. I play stoplights. What I mean by that is when you come up to a stoplight, slow down before you get there in anticipation that that light will turn green, and then you don't have to stop. Because if you are always stopping and starting, it takes more fuel to get going from a dead stop than it does just from a low speed. Just keep it going. No jackrabbit starts. I don't idle. I'm lucky I have an APU, which is an alternate power unit. So when I'm parked, I have heat and AC that runs off of a generator behind my tractor. But even when I'm at a customer just hopping in and out and doing other things, I don't idle. And it burns fuel. I am very judicious on the Jake brake. And the other thing I will tell you is that I try and balance the weight between my drive axles and my trailer axles so that they're even. And if one has to be heavier than the other, I try and make the heavy axles my drive axles. I think my tractor gets better MPG that way. So I wish you well. Good luck. Save the planet. Don't burn as much fuel. And we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.